Hello. Oh gosh. Hello everyone. I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So today, if my throat can function, we are going to be doing the raid event that we got going on. Of course, this does go pretty quickly, so we'll probably be farming a decent amount of Explorer 12 this today. But yeah, we got the raid event. Will be going on for the next 3 days. If every person in your guild is tier 3, it will be enough to complete out the event. I don't believe we had a... Oh, no, we do, actually. We got a spooky... I didn't even read this yet. Hold up. You definitely want to go at least tier 3. Not just because it helps your entire guild complete the event, but we got a new useless weapon. It deals damage to an enemy, boosted by Darkstone, creates blue, purple, same thing as all the other ones. Basically, it's just a Darkstone one. So, yeah, pretty standard. Obviously, I like most of them. It doesn't use its colors. It probably has no really good perks. I don't know. Let's go see. I actually forgot we would get one. And it looks like it's somewhat Halloween-themed in a way. Indirectly, anyways. Kind of like how the human pet we had yesterday was not technically a Halloween pet, but, you know, it's kind of spooky. It's literally like a feathered head thing, or whatever those things are called. Those are like little voodoo heads. But, anyways. Let's go see what this weapon has. It's probably completely useless tier, but it is a weapon nonetheless. Where is upgradable? Let's go check this thing out. Where did it go? It's underneath all my legendaries, or underneath all those. I guess it's in alphabetical order there. But anyways, what does it get for perks? 10% chance to transform the first enemy into a toad, steal 2 mana from first enemy, which is kind of counterproductive together, eliminate 1 magic from the first enemy, which is also kind of counterproductive with the other stuff, and 5 scatter. So it's as useless as you would think it is. Okay, makes sense. Not a 10% transform, I guess it's okay, but why would you use a 10% transform when you can use a 20% instant kill, which I find kind of weird that it would be scaled that way. Like that thing would only have a 10% transform to first enemy, because this thing has a 20% lethal to the first enemy, and still does the same premise. It's just for mechs, and obviously slightly different colors, but it's actually similar colors too for its things. But yeah, drill shooter is kind of like the standard when it comes to stuff like that. You don't ever really see me using it just because it's really luck based and inconsistent. But drill shooter is actually not a bad weapon, even though I probably haven't used it since it came out. But it is actually not horrible. Anyways, let's go do raids. So we do of course have a raid event today. For this, we are restricted to Darkstone. There's a couple different ways we can go about doing this, depending on how we want to do things. However, one of the very obvious things that we could do is spam Thrall into oblivion. And just run all Thrall like anything. And that's pretty much the premise. I think we'll go for our Black Manacle early on. Obviously, we will be switching this team up to a little bit more variety. But as it stands, there's no reason why we shouldn't run this, so we shall. And we'll just do Archmagus, obviously. It's actually the same thing that we ran for the Thursday class event yesterday. Exact same team, no variance at all. I don't actually need to mess with anything, so we'll go for purple-brown there. We're allowed to get away with that. Yes, we can. Okay, and we're using Archmagus because it gives us +3 purple and still has a half mana start. And if I'm not mistaken, we're still set to +12 magic from earlier, so we are already good to go. So don't think we need any other adjustments. Let's just get into it then. If the battle button would work. But anyways, hello everyone. Hello Paul. Hello Juan. Hello Stardust. Hello George. Hello Rafik. And hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, what do we need here? We'll take that for now. Also, gosh, do we have a lot of events going on simultaneously right now. We have the raid event. We have the Ward Lore event. And of course, we have Blue Guild War. I wore the right shirt. Yeah, I did. Okay. It's like double checking. On some of the days I can't because my on brown day, yellow day, and green day. My green screen wants to green screen every shirt that even remotely looks like that color. So if you wonder why I only wear the correct color on 3 days, that is why. I have a color shirt of all the colors. It's just green screen does screen things. Unless you want to see an invisible me. Where our entire lower body is invisible. That'd be funny for Halloween. We might do floating head for Halloween. Because I don't really have a proper outfit. Because obviously I haven't really been out shopping or getting stuff for the most part other than food and essentials. So haven't really been out much. I said, hello William, welcome. I just realized we're still using the setup for the paid pet, or you know, the campaign pet. I hope we get some interesting pets from the campaign eventually. Both the two current ones, or that we've had, they've kind of been pretty average. Just hoping to see something really cool, but who knows? They might do it eventually. But so far, the campaign ones has been pretty average stuff for the pets. Like the other one was like, well, pretty much just a smaller form of the Mythic. And then this one was whatever on earth that is. It's like a gravestone, tombstone kind of thing that has an eye and is alive. And has a scepter thing. Let's see. I need purple or brown, doesn't matter which. So purple's more preferable, and there's neither. I guess we'll take brown. I forgot, we have enchant for this too. We didn't have it for the other game mode. But enchant does make this a bit easier. Of course, whenever you buy that first little thing, you end up getting enchant from the game mode. And that is very powerful for speeding things up. Since we pretty much autofill, even if we do horrible on taking mana, we will still automatically get our mana over time. Okay, so we're at the point where we have to deal with this thing now. Of course, we do have a raid troop that we can be using. So it might be time to start switching into that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have to type in boss, not raid. So we do have this thing. Deals damage to an enemy if there is a boss, or if they are a boss, based on ascension, and silence adjacent enemies. Okay. So pretty standard with a silence. So we'll go put a Thrall. Put you in here. We'll put you above the Thralls, and that's it. We're good to go. What a gigantic adjustment we made to this team. Just put a little thing in here and it's like, okay, it's ready to go. It is. Oh, I did take that. But it is ready to go. And then we throw this down. This is a skull option. And you're super dead. And it also silences the adjacent. And by the adjacent enemies, I mean nothing because they're all dead. Hello, Shroom. Welcome. I see you need a white shirt. White and black letters. Let's say green or yellow or brown. Haha! That would be funny. That'd be pretty cheap to get made, too. Though I'm not sure if the place that makes it has gone out of business yet. That's the problem with, like, everything. Like, places that I don't go to, like, now. Like, on a regular basis or even past them. I always have to wonder, are they even still in business anymore? Like all the small businesses around that would do stuff like that. I would assume the one I'm referring to is. Because he was there for like decades. But who knows, pandemic can ruin anything. Yeah, that's actually a concern now. Like, does any cheap place actually do it? Though doesn't some Walmarts have the capability of doing that? I'm not sure what their price range is though. Also, no big Walmarts actually near me. There's a couple small Walmarts, but like super big Walmarts, not really many. Like ones that sell stuff other than just food. Or gasoline. Do you have a team ready for higher levels? This probably is our team for higher levels. As far as tier 3 is concerned, I think this is our team for higher levels. Oddly enough. You have to keep in mind how quickly we'll be able to cycle Black Manacle. And Black Manacle is not low damage. We're doing 59 full AoE with it right now. I basically just full mana them back up. So we just Black Manacle again. And then we just instant kill it. And look, we already have Black Manacle again. We just keep AoEing them down. Oh, it has Arcane too, so it gains 1 extra damage every single time. So we actually have 60 damage for our first cast. And then it keeps going higher every time we cast. The hero specifically. So yeah, I actually have a base damage of... Oh, sorry. The base damage is 58. I didn't realize they already got increased 1 from the thing. Yeah, we have 58 damage. It's not too bad. I'll go pretty far. It's not like we have any Submerge to deal with. All the enemies we have here don't have Submerge. And then you just instant kill with this in those situations. Where you just keep Black Manacle spamming. But it works pretty well. It would eventually fall off, in which case, you do have access to every weapon in the game, don't you? So you could probably end up going down that route for this game mode, most likely. You know, like a big Mang or something similar. But the full AoE option seems to be fine. I'm not sure when exactly it falls off, but you basically spam Black Manacle until the other troops are dead. If Zugof's getting close to full mana towards the later stages when he has more durability, you just simply throw a raid troop at him and then he dies. That should be able to go all the way, especially if you only went for tier 3. If you went super, super high, you might need to go change eventually. But most people don't go that high, I don't think. Based on the leaderboard, most people definitely don't go that high. Let's see. There's really honestly no reason to go beyond tier 3. Unless your guild just really needs that extra little bit of push. Because maybe less people or some people not as active. It's the only way I would really go for it. Oh, that or if you need leaderboard, I guess, for orbs. Some people might want it for those precious orbs that are on leaderboard, of course. Also, we would eventually reach a point where we need to change our hero class out of Archmages. The reason we're currently using Archmages is because all the extra mana. However, their attack value would eventually be so high that they will two-shot us. And at that point, it is a very bad idea to be using this hero class. So I'll take a brown here. It doesn't even matter if he pokes us at this level range. Go do that. Go kill the Zugoff. Throw a Thrall down, and that will pretty much be match. So we'll go kill that. It also silences adjacent, which isn't really too relevant because generally speaking, that's only going to silence the one right above it. Which very rarely will that actually be something of threat. But at least it's better than doing nothing extra, I guess. Do you have a team? Oh, wait, I already answered that. I literally just answered that. Let's see. We'll go throw that over. Yeah, if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Probably streaming for about 2 hours or so. Depends how long we want to go do some Explore 12 farming today. Because once we finish out raids, we're probably just going to be doing entirely Explore 12. And messing with that. I haven't been getting in much token farming lately. Well, we've still been doing some token farming. Like this weekend we did a lot on Explore 6 because of the Vault event, of course. We even did a 7-hour stream, which kind of threw off my whole beginning of the week schedule because, gosh, I was tired after that. It was like 4 a.m. by the time I actually got to sleep, 4 or 5 a.m. Like the stream ended at like 3:30 a.m. Also looks like we're going to need a level to stream. Another Val Raven, nice. Let's see. Let's take it down for now. There's no way he's going to get 5 times yellow, so we're safe for now. Have you ever thought of making a guide on which 100 to medal? The lowest rarity ones. That is the guide right there. There you go. There's the lowest rarity troops in the game. Because if you're just looking to do 100, you want to aim low. Very low. Like common, rare, ultra rare for the most part, with a few exceptions. As far as what you specifically upgrade, it's mostly things that can be summoned or are good on their own. Like if you even remotely use the common, rare, ultra rare, it is worth upgrading. And if you think you're going to use it, it is worth upgrading. And if it's summoned by something, particularly something that's actually useful, it's worth upgrading. And that's pretty much all the ones that you upgrade. However, you will eventually need to upgrade nearly everything in the game, particularly lower rarity stuff, so it almost doesn't really matter too much on order, other than just prioritizing what you actually use and what actually gets summoned. Because eventually every kingdom will require 20 gold medals, and while this is extremely long-term, years from now, it is still a thing that will be happening. And obviously that will be a bit easier by the time it comes, because by the time it comes there should be about 8 to 10 more troops per kingdom. I think actually closer to 10 for most kingdoms. So with that being said, obviously with 10 more troops in the kingdom, that would be a bit easier to go and do that many upgrades compared to now. Also, it's over such a long period of time that there's plenty of time. Like if you're nowhere near close to it now, you could literally be a brand new player Still got plenty of time because it's so far away before we actually reach that point. Like, I'm pretty sure the first 30-star kingdom won't be till like 3 years from now at the earliest. Unless they really ramp up the rate at which troops come into the game, or one troop just for whatever reason gets so many more. But they normally distribute them pretty evenly. However, 15 gold might be required in 2 years from now, depending on how many troops we get into a single kingdom. Because currently the highest is a 21-star kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. Because we finally got to see what that little final star thingy looked like. Or not the final one, but the little gold star. The final one would, of course, be the Mythic star. No Mythic stars yet. We would need a 26-star kingdom to see it. Which we are a while away from. Like I mentioned, it's about 2 years away before we see that. Maybe later next year if we get a lot of troops from something. Because who knows, they might add a new underworld. Because we're probably getting the new underworld next year. And if that brings in a lot of troops to kingdoms, that could potentially expedite the system of getting to 30. Or however many you need to actually get to those 30 stars, troop-wise. Because we still don't know. They probably know and have it planned for the most part, other than a few balancing and tweaks and other things. But we don't really know what they're doing after the underworld. The underworld won't end, but it's going to stop getting new factions at some point. And at some point, I believe, is September of next year, or somewhere around there. So we are fast approaching the point of they need to do something new. And what exactly they will do, we do not know. Also, Valraven, stop attempting to escape. I know you're thinking about it. I'll do that just to make sure it dies out. And it was one-shot the Zooguff. And that is a dead Zooguff. Yeah, Kingdom power levels is one of the big things that you use your souls on for early in the game. First getting them all to level 15. Well, not all to 15, but the lower ones to 15 so that you can get a 5-star. And then a bunch of 20s for 10-star. Beyond that point, you'll likely have a soul surplus, so that shouldn't be too big a deal. But those are the two that you tend to have to go out of your way to soul farm for. Particularly the first one, oddly enough. Even though it's lower, you're at a point in the game when you're going for them that your overall souls is very low in general. So that tends to actually be the harder one, oddly enough. I feel like reaching 5 stars actually, soul-wise, is harder than 10-star, even though it requires way less souls. Just because you're at a point in the game where you have basically no surplus whatsoever of souls. And you're also at that point trying to somewhat prioritize actually leveling up teams that are good, rather than just doing it for kingdom upgrades. Because by the time you reach 10 stars, you're definitely doing it simply for kingdom upgrades. Because you already have solid teams by that point. Or maybe not solid teams, but you know, you have things leveled with souls already. Whereas when you're aiming for 5 stars, you might not have that many leveled teams yet. And still need to use some of your souls for that. Which uses a lot if you need to get legends or mythics leveled. Not like a lot, but it's like 7,000-8,000 or so per troop. Adds up. Especially since they can actually reach that level. Because when you upgrade commons and rares and stuff, you likely can only get them to like level 15, 16, 17 or so, depending on their ascension. Whereas legends can go up to 19. And mythics can, of course, go up to 20. They can all go up to 20 once ascended, but obviously earlier on in the game you don't have them ascended yet. Or at least in most instances you wouldn't. Let's see. We'll throw a Black Manacle down there. Get our Pokety Poke Destroy. And match. Hello, GJ Ram. Welcome. And then we are dead. Currently only have Zhejian at level 10. The others are blocked on Ascension. Yeah, that's pretty standard. The easiest way to grind Ascension on a kingdom, unfortunately, is only when their event comes around. You can use event keys on it directly. Other than that, it's pretty much pure luck if you end up getting specifically stuff from the kingdom. Only really during the event can you, which is one of the reasons why I advise getting Darkstone to 10 star or, you know, to the next star level. Like if you have it at below 5, get it to 5. If you have it at that range below 10, get it to 10. And if you can somehow get it to 20, it is worth considering getting it to 20 if you're all the way in end game. But yeah, Darkstone is the week where you could focus it. But whatever's in the event queue drop table that week is the easiest kingdom to get to your next star level. You might not have all the requirements to go and get it to next star level. However, that is when it is absolute easiest, assuming you have some amount of surplus of event keys. Even if it's a small amount, like a few hundred though, that can go a long ways for upgrading a kingdom. Especially one like Darkstone that's really important to upgrade due to it being a magic kingdom. And also has a faction associated to it, so you can very easily get the legend. If you don't have a legend for the 5-star, you can simply get it from the faction at any point from All-Seeing Eye. Which is one thing I actually love, probably the most when it comes to upgrading in the game relative to ways they have of obtaining them. Factions are insanely good for 5-starring. Because they can give you the legend at a much higher rate than you would by normal keys. It basically always has a small drop table that are like mini event keys in a sense, where they will give it directly from the game mode, or you know, from a certain kingdom. Like if you open in All-Seeing Eyes, you're getting specifically Darkstone troops. If you do it in something like Hall of Guardians, you're getting specifically Whitehelm troops, and so on and so forth. It's rather convenient because it makes upgrading kingdoms a lot easier because there's always like a mini event key system for them. Obviously it doesn't cover too much, it doesn't cover Mythic and stuff like that, but it still helps out quite a lot. Okay, and then we'll go kill it out. There we go. It's not the same as having an event key week, but still helpful. But anyways, that is raids so far because we don't have more battles at the moment. Of course, the raids and whenever we have a weekend invasion, they generally go pretty quick, and no point in going beyond tier 3. Plus, you get a weapon out of it this time. And if every person in your guild does tier 3, not only do you get a free book, but book weapon, but you also get you also will be able to get all the portals done. So definitely make sure to go do that. But anyways, so that's pretty much raids. Pretty straightforward. You can literally run that team for the entire time, I am pretty sure. And if you really need to switch it up, I'm pretty sure you can go for a Mang build and just build it around the thing, because Darkstone doesn't have too many things to really hit hard with. So you're mostly just going to build into a Mang at that point, put a bunch of mana generation for it, some support behind it, and just build around Mang. You have some extra skull spam too if you want to run X-Rator and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty much just black mana go until it fails, and then like Mang to X-Rator is probably the way to go. And just use support for it. Also, I am somewhat tempted to go buy this medal. I know it's a bit pricey, but I feel tempted. I am very tempted. A Medal of Anu. It's only one though. That's like 1/6 of a legendary upgrade. You need like, if you break it down, you need 3,000 gems if you keep buying this to upgrade all legends. That's a lot of resources. But it's also an upgrade for a legend. But it's also a free upgrade for it. Well, not free, but it is an upgrade nonetheless. I'm not sure. We'll think about it. We've seen it multiple times and I've never actually bothered to get it. But it's a bit tempting. 500 gems for that. What does that break down to per Anu token? What's 9 divided by 500? I mean, 500 divided by 9. Math. I'm just going to put in calculator. I think it's around 45, 7, 8, 9. Somewhere around there. Math. What was I doing? It was 500 divided by 9. Oh, 55. 5 with 5 repeating. Oh gosh. That's a lot of 5s. It has infinite 5s. Yeah, 55.5. Let's just say 55.6. I mean, 56, I mean. It's basically 56 gems per token. Is that really that worth it? Well, while we're trying to think on if it's worth it, let's go get some for free by going and doing some explore. So, where should we go explore? Let's go do, well, if we're going to go do Explore 12, let's go do, I guess Golvania. Or actually, I don't know, do we chase 20% or do we stick with Golvania? I might just chase 20% actually. I really want to go get that 10% for Golvania. I'm tempted to. We need those deed books. I believe by the 5th campaign week we have it. Even if you bought the extra thing to have more stars, it would still be by the 5th campaign week. You wouldn't get it earlier than that. So, yeah, we might upgrade. I'm still considering upgrading this place for the 10%. It's just such a great farming location at the moment. The only problem with it is it's a lot worse compared to the other locations. As far as what you get for the upgrade at the end. It's only a +1 life. Which, in a sense, is almost worse than +1 armor in the current state of the game. It's because there's already so much durability in the game. And armor tends to be used more offensively. That just works better. I have 21k gems. That amount of gems can go down very, very, very quick. Don't underestimate how quickly that many gems can die. That many gems can die very, very quick. Also, what is YouTube doing? They're trying to turn off my monetization again. Okay, so here's everything. I just want to do a rundown real quick before we go do Explore. Here's everything that YouTube about a week ago. Remember when I said they changed their backend? Here's everything that gets changed by default. So, let me go scroll through that down. So, what the game is set to is always changed to nothing. What playlist it is in, which I don't even bother using anymore, is set to nothing. If live chat is on or not is set to nothing. Which it actually currently says is not enabled? What? That's so weird. Why? YouTube, fix things. Stop making things worse. It's literally saying it's not checked. Yet we still have chat. And monetization is turned off. Which we turned back on. Which I'm not even sure if it's off because it said live chat was off too. And, I'm confused. YouTube, why? Keep changing things and making it worse. Like, I can understand if you're changing things and making it better. But they have a really high track record of just making it worse every single time. I'm not sure how they managed to do that. But anyways, let's go chase 20%. Let's go get on the token grind. We haven't been doing much token grind lately, so good time to go do it. Where's my Explore 12 team? There we go. Let's go and get on the grind. Definitely worth getting on the grinds. Tokens are currently the most valuable thing in the later part of the game. So definitely worth grinding them out and getting as many as we can. Yeah, we'll go for that. Oh yeah, we're unburning right now. I forgot. We could actually take every skull we do will actually kill then. However, Zugof's quicker. Instant Zugof kill is also quicker. So we can just go down that route. Also, who knows? Maybe we'll get an epic vault key today. Haha, highly doubtful. It is technically possible to get it when it's not a vault event, though obviously is a lot less likely of a chance. But it is definitely possible. Yeah, we'll throw that down. It's actually auto extra turn. Oh wait, we already took. I keep forgetting. We just take a skull and kill it though. This is not the live chat you were looking for. Oh, hello, Isabel. I didn't see you say hello. Hello. Hello, Gary. Hello, Paul. Hello, Alexandre. Hello, Jamie. Who haven't I said hello to? Isabel, I didn't even see you earlier. My bad. Oh, I was answering George's question, and then chat moved so much that I didn't see your question anymore. Aha, that's why I didn't see her hello. My bad. Does these affect mana gain from destroying gems? Yes. Or exploding them? Both. Or only from matching gems? All three. Anytime mana goes directly into that troop, it affects it. It does not affect it if mana's not going into that troop. So, for example, let's say our Thrall was diseased and our Zugof was not, which makes sense because he is impervious. It would initially disease whatever mana went into Thrall. So let's say we destroy the board and we got like 10 purple, and he currently is at 0 mana. He would require... Actually, never mind. That's a bad example. Let's say we destroyed 15 purple, and he's diseased. So what would happen is the mana that goes into him would end up being halved. So he would need double the amount. So he would end up needing a 12 mana to actually end up reaching to full. And whatever excess, so we destroyed 15, the extra 3 would then go into Zugoff at the full amount. Is basically how disease works. It basically just cuts in half all the mana that gets accumulated by a single troop. And of course it goes from top to bottom. However, if that troop already has full mana, and you take more of that color, that other troop that's getting it does not get the reduced amount. Only specifically the troop that it accumulates the mana into. It's a pretty underwhelming mechanic in many situations. In theory, the strongest use of disease is get a very high mana cost troop of theirs into first slot, disease it, and have it block every other troop that uses that same color in the team. That's the best strategy for it. However, that is applicable in almost no battles whatsoever. And the amount of setup that you need to make that work is also absurdly high, to the point where it's just not worth doing. But yeah, disease is a mechanic that it could theoretically work really well, but it just doesn't have enough applications to really be viable. Like, obviously, if something diseases for free, like, for example, Truffle, it's great, because, hey, free value. But, in many other instances, you basically never use disease. It's kind of actually funny, because Truffle actually kind of makes disease used. Like, if Truffle didn't exist, there would be almost no diseaser in the game that would actually be used. Truffle is just so ridiculously strong, even if you completely ignore the fact he diseases. I actually almost forget most of the time that he even has disease, just because everything else about him is so much more relevant than the fact that he has disease on extra turn. But he does have disease on extra turn. It's not an aspect that you go out of your way to use him for. Obviously, you use him for his ability, but he does get free value out of that. I feel like it's particularly good for Guild War Defend, because it really throws people off, because they're not really expecting the disease mechanic in many instances, because it's something ran so rarely that you're not really expecting at any given moment. What's in our chest? Anything good? The answer is, hey, an Arania. Okay. Wasn't expecting anything good, but I'll take it. Alright, let me change our kingdom then. Where are we? Darkstone's not one of them, is it? No. I forgot, we have two 20%. I forgot about that because we had to do Groshnock like a couple weeks ago, and we never got it back to Groshnock yet. Hello, Heavy Metal! New player here. If I know if I will lose a Guild War fight, should you skip it? Or should you ever skip them? No. One odd thing about Guild Wars is if you think you're going to lose, you actually play it out. It is the only game mode, or one of the only instances in the game, where even if you know 100% you're going to lose, you actually still play it out. The reason for this is you still get some amount of points from the battle. And if you just leave it, you don't get any of those points. So you do actually want to play out the battle. Even if you know 100% you're going to lose. You might try speeding it up if it looks like you're really going to lose and it looks like it might take a while. You might try doing something to help speed them up. But generally, you want to play it out to the last dying breath. But it just gives you slightly more score. Doesn't make too huge a difference, but it is better to play it out than to just completely run away. It's one of the few instances in the entire game where that's actually applicable. In most other instances, it's just way quicker to run away, like PvP and even like one of these battles. Like if we lose our hero really early, it's actually quicker just to run away than it is to play out the battle. But in Guild Wars is one of those few exceptions where you actually do play it out. Yeah, Guild War loss is like a few hundred points. It depends on how well you do from the loss. It's like a few hundred, several hundred. However, a Guild Wars leave is 0 points. So that's a bit of a difference. 0 points compared to at least getting some amount of points. Let's see. Which one do we want to go for here? I'll go for that one. That you chained almost the entire team. Oh no! Wait, why did you not die? You have score reduction? What made that not kill? Oh, here, have a bunch of skulls. Or a bunch of things. Oh wait, I could have just flame referred it. Whoops. We can still flame refer it. Go! Keep forgetting that has some base damage towards it. Nice little pokety poke. So a lot of things in this kingdom is probably going to have 10%, 20% this week. This is Darkstone week. However, it's not a Darkstone bonus this week, oddly enough, though. It's not always the bonus for whatever the kingdom is. But generally, that kingdom has quite a bit of whatever the bonus is. Might seem weird instant killing him, but it's actually perfectly fine, given that he has impervious. We can't do triple damage to him. Oh, thank you for that heavy metal. Always greatly appreciate for the support. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Get our destroyer. But yeah, we stream the game every single day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, this is a bit of a earlier stream. We normally do an early stream every Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on how much new content we get. But always on Friday. Actually, tomorrow I might be streaming Pikmin 3 demo. I've been meaning to play that for ages now. The demo's been out for like 2 weeks, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And we got to play out the demo, because playing out the demo actually gives you the hard mode immediately. And I want to play the entirety of the game on the hardest difficulty. Let's see. It comes out on the 30th officially. So that's actually right around the corner. That's actually next Friday. We'll probably stream some next Friday as well. And Saturday we'll be doing a bit of a variety stream for Halloween. And I'll probably wear one of the green screen shirts so we could be floating head. I just realized we're in a wrong difficulty battle, aren't we? I should just left this battle. Whoops. Because now we need to go click this again and then retreat and then go back into it. Are the 3 magic books a new addition to the premium campaign rewards? There's actually only 2 of them on the paid side, if I'm not mistaken. There should be 2 on paid and 2 on free. But they were a resource added in 2 patches ago. Not the arena patch, but the patch prior to that brought in campaigns. They were added then. Basically, they are they're essentially the equivalent of 50 deeds. Every single one of those, which is obviously a lot of deeds. But yeah, it's a resource that they technically added 2 patches ago. However, it's never been in the game until now. Well, it technically has been in the game, but realistically, people haven't been able to get it. Because obviously, most people don't have 50 spare deeds of a single type, and even if they do, it's not really enough, because you would need 100 to actually upgrade a kingdom. Because the lowest one requires 2 of them. But, yeah, there's 4 of them total. 2 of them are for free, and 2 of them are on the paid side. And none of them are on the super paid side. Which I'm actually rather surprised. Though, if anything, that's kind of good, because it's not ultra pay to win then. It's just partially pay to win. Hello, U7, welcome! What color was the wars today? Blue. It's Blue Guild War. We're not doing Guild Wars till later tonight, though. We always do the guild-related stuff at night, as well as dailies. Right now, we just finished out raids because it was the event today, and now we're just doing a bunch of Explore 12 farming because raids takes like seconds. I think it took us like 15 minutes or something. It doesn't take that long at all. It's kind of a pretty high variation as far as how long an event really takes. Though the ones that are guild-wide, I guess, are technically quicker because you have 30 people working towards it. Compared to if you're doing like Bounty Hunter or something similar, you only are a single person working towards the event. Like Bounty Hunter and faction events take way longer for that reason. Like a faction event literally takes days. Bounty Hunter takes like 2 hours. And then we do like raids or invasions on a weekend event. It's like, oh yeah, it only took like 15 minutes. Yeah, 2 magic books are 100 scrolls. The 2 magic books that are in the thing is basically 100 purple scrolls. That is correct. Yeah, the mechanic has only been out for a year. It came in very early September. Or was it late August? I thought it was early September. I know I covered a video on it early September after the hurricane. But maybe it did come out a little bit earlier than that. But it was either late August or early September. But anyways, yeah, it's been about a year since the mechanic has existed. At this point, like a year and a month. Or a year and 2 months. Let's go get rid of Zugoff. That was pretty bad. We'll take that over. Oh no, his free skull was enough to kill. Okay, I'm just gonna go for full mana and hope that works out. Oh, so we should gain a level this stream. It's not the final level we need, but it's progress. Progress nonetheless. Also, you know what else we have going on next weekend? We got our first ever Valor event, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, why did I leave him alive? Oh, that's still enough to kill. Never mind. Okay, that works. But yeah, or not the first ever Valor event, but the first ever weekend Valor event, I should say. I'm not sure if they're getting a tweak out for it. While they do plan on tweaking it, I don't sure if that tweak will be out prior to the weekend-long event. So I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, next weekend is a Valor event. That good old arena mode. Or how many people will just completely skip it because they hate arena. We'll be doing it. If it's set up the exact same way as before, we're only going to go through 1 cycle though. Which of course means 1 of each reward. And we'll also probably split it amongst 2 streams like we did last time. Or we'll do a bit in the morning stream and then finish it out on the nightly stream of the Friday. And just do it that way. I think that's the game plan. That is the game plan. Let's see. What did we take here? We'll just grab the purple for now. Yeah, the rewards are really underwhelming, which is probably the main thing that's keeping people away from it. Like, if the rewards were really good, and even if people didn't care for arena, people would still play it. But the problem is that the rewards are so bad, for the most part. It's really, really underwhelming rewards. However, if it wasn't for the writs, I probably wouldn't do it at all. But the fact that there's even some amount of writs within the rewards is the main thing that's actually keeping me to go and do it. Because those writs are obviously very, very, very exceedingly important, to say the least. And even though it's pretty much just half a deed is more than no deed. So in that regard, it's actually pretty useful. Half a deed is definitely more than no deed at all. But yeah, if it wasn't for the writs, I probably would almost completely ignore it. But the writs kind of make it viable to do at least once, or technically at least up to the writs. However, by that point, you're so close to the orb that you might as well get the orb as well. Because at that point, you can just put in like less than an hour and get the orb. So if you already got that deep, you might as well just go all the way for 1 cycle. Yeah, we'll do that. And then get our explosion. And you're dead. You just updated all your kingdoms to power level 2. Do you have any recommendation in which order to get them to 5? You generally want to focus on the magic kingdoms first. Also, whatever kingdom is currently the event week is the easiest to do. Currently, it is Darkstone, which is also a magic kingdom. So Darkstone would be a great focus. Because not only do you get a glory troop for that kingdom, which is generally a lower rarity one that's easy to upgrade, but there's also a event key system for it on that given week. So if you open event keys right now, every single troop you're going to be getting is a Darkstone troop, which makes it really easy to go get Darkstone upgraded, since every single drop from those are in the drop table there. And if you still need some event keys, you can get 10 every single week by spending 180 glory each for event keys in the glory shop. It's underneath the resource tab, if I'm not mistaken. It's underneath one of them. But they're 180 each, 1,800 every week. It's always worth going for if you can get the spare glory, because it's the cheapest way to get event keys in the game. Oh no, we got a troop immune to instant kill. That's rather unfortunate. Very rare that these things come around, but they do come around. And they are very annoying, because not only are they immune to every stats effect, but we also can't instant kill them. So for example, I do this and it won't die. However, I still do it because it gives us skull spam. What a weird battle. What's even weirder is it's not over yet. There we go. Hey, you're skipping it to play Puzzle Quest instead. Honestly, the slow pace of Puzzle Quest is almost quicker paced than Arena and Gems of War. It's very close. But the slower pace of Puzzle Quest almost is quicker than Arena in Gems of War, which is kind of funny, given that pretty much everything in Gems of War is blazing quick compared to it. And if anyone else has any other questions, let me know. I'll make sure to go over it all. You are correct, Paul. And 1 Imperial Deed is more than 0 Imperial Deed, so we will do it. Plus, we also get 3 offers from it. Though technically you can get 3 offers from it every single day, not just during the event. But, yeah, at least it counts towards your points as well. And you do get other loot. It's not like you're just doing it for the writs. You get an orb, get a small handful of keys, and you technically get 10 diamonds for anyone who that's relevant to. Obviously, we don't need diamonds. We barely even need the keys, but more keys are always better than not more keys. It's mostly the orb and the writs. And of course, they're the final 2 rewards, which is really annoying. The best 2 are the final 2, which makes sense. That the best rewards would be the hardest to obtain ones all the way at the end. Still annoying, though. But they will be reworking it. I haven't seen a confirmation that says they'll rework it by next event. But likely 2 events from now, will not this Valor event, but the following one will likely be reworked in a way that will be hopefully better. How so, we don't know, but hopefully it'll be better. We'll find out. But they're definitely not keeping it exactly as is. The next event might be, but going forward, they are likely to tweak it. So hopefully they will do it before the next event. It would make sense if they did, but I'm not sure if they'll get around to it in time. Because I'm pretty sure they don't need a big patch to change it. You should be able to do it manually. Just change a few values around even. Would be a nice temporary fix, even if it's not a permanent one. But if people keep not playing the event, they're going to do something to tweak it, so keep not playing that event, and eventually they'll buff it. Or if they see a bunch of people like me who only go to like the first reward and don't go any further. What version of Puzzle Quest are you playing? The one on Switch? Or are you playing the PC version of it? Because they did an HD remake of it last year, around this time last year. It's actually about a year old at this point. They might bring it over to next-gen consoles as well. Why are we so early? We always stream Friday mornings. We'll still be doing our normal 8 PM Eastern Standard Time stream tonight. But we stream Friday morning every Friday morning. The time has been slightly shifting here and there. But Mostly because of sleep schedule being weird sometimes. But we always stream every Friday morning, Gems of War, going over whatever the Friday event thing was. Which, of course, this time was Rage, which took us like 15 minutes, so we're just kind of explore farming at the moment. Haven't been able to get as much in lately, so getting it in now. What's in our chests? We've been getting a lot of Rainias, but no Anus and no Nyshas today. Also, it's been a while since we got Nysha. Feels like a couple weeks, if not longer. There's elusive Nysha medals. They're out there somewhere, though. You will find them. Funny, we had one more skull follow-up. I could have just taken that skull. Whoops. I thought we didn't get an extra turn, which is why I was doing it that way. Apparently we did. So I didn't need to do that. Champion of Anu does have an okay disable. His high mana cost normally doesn't make him viable to use on defense. But if he gets it off, yes, he can be a bit of a problem. If the other team gets like a really big lead, he can become slightly problematic. But more often than not, he doesn't tend to do too much. Did I have nightmares of Trump doing pretty good last night? No. But I did catch the debates. It wasn't as dumpster fiery. Let's see, we'll throw that over. I'll throw that down. Oh, come on, cast. There we go. Yeah, so what's going to be weird about this election, too, is we won't even know the results immediately. Like, November 3rd will roll around, and it could be weeks before we actually know who won. Just because of how much early voting is happening. Which I believe is the highest in history, isn't it? I haven't seen exact data on it. But it should be, given the pandemic. But it should be the highest in history, early voting. Doesn't mean turnout's going to be higher, but it means, obviously because of pandemic, everyone, or a lot of people are choosing to do it early. Or to mail it in and other alternatives. And even if they are going in person, most are doing it before the 3rd. Well, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people are more than normal. Because there's probably still going to be a majority on the day of. I was wondering why that didn't kill. It's because he shuffled my team and I don't have hero in first slot now. There goes Zugaf him. Yep, and now Zugaf gets to kill it because he has higher skull damage. Really? You're going to live barely? Here, there we go. Where can you check upcoming event? Terran's World. There's a link for it in the description. Hey, we got an Anu. Nice. But terransworld.com. This website right here. Let's see. About that website right there. And it has a bunch of spoilers, as you can see, for pretty much everything. It has troop spoilers, weapon spoilers, class, kingdom, pets, the weekly event stuff, which is pretty useful. It has the old, it has the guild war, or the rotation for the Soul Forge. Not what will be in it, but what has happened recently, so you can kind of determine what could potentially be coming up. And stuff like that. Actually, have we cycled it yet? I don't think we have. We're getting really close to cycling Soulforge. I believe we have another week or two. Where's Soulforge history? There it is. Have we cycled it yet? I don't believe we have. Once we do, pretty much any mythic can be available. Yeah, we're about to finish cycling this. I think we have 2 more weeks until it's fully cycled. And then after that, we will have every mythic available again within the Soulforge rotation. Meaning any mythic could end up happening. But yeah, that website is the one. There's other third-party tools too, but that's the main one I like using. This game has had a lot of third-party tools in the past. Oh good, we got a gnome. It's a Damon gnome though, but who knows? Maybe he has a epic Volky on him. We will eventually find an epic Volky. They can't hide from us forever. Nope, useless Chaos Shards. Not even a normal Volky. We're gonna be like the last person in the game to ever get an epic Volky at this rate. The achievement will probably have like 2% or higher of people, and we probably still won't have it. Actually, what is the percent on it right now? I think it's like, what, 0.3%? It might have gone higher at this point, though, because we just had a vault event. So that does mean it should be updated relative to that. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Gotta click show all. See how high is it? Yep, 0.3. It might reach like 1 or 2%. I'm pretty sure it'll reach like 1 or 2% before then. Hello, Jason. Welcome. Hope all has been well. When is the weekend arena event coming? Next week. It's 1 week from today. It is exactly 1 week from today. Friday next week. We'll be doing half the event in the morning, the rest of it at night, and we'll probably play Pikmin 3 that day because it releases that day. So we'll be doing a lot of Pikmin 3. Which is probably more interesting than the arena anyways. We'll still be doing the arena though. At least for 1 cycle. We're not doing anything beyond 1 cycle, obviously. Even though it's lasting for 3 days rather than 1 day. It's just not worth it to go further. It's barely worth it to even do the single cycle, but we'll do it for the fun of it. Nothing else, it's good arena practice. In case they ever actually do make it viable. Do we know if there's going to be any change in a reward? They do plan on changing it. We have no clue if it's going to be changed before next event, though. We'll probably find out in about... eventually. I have no clue when. But they do plan on changing it. However, I don't think the change will be implemented in time for the event. So while they are intending to change it, I don't believe the event coming up will have the change. Whatever they're planning. It won't come until the one afterwards, most likely. But it might make it into this one. We'll just have to wait and see. We don't currently know for sure. Is Tribute almost ready? Okay, I'll go check it after we finish this chest then. If that is the case. I don't know, did I take Tribute immediately? I can't remember when we took Tribute. Or did we take it midstream? I'm actually not sure. If I took it right before we started or midstream. I think I might have taken it before we started. Yeah, Tribute's very, 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 very insanely good in this game. It might be annoying to check it from time to time, but it's definitely worth it if you have the time. How much loot it just is just so high. Oh good, we got 1 to 20% back on Groshnock. So we got all of them where we want them to be. Now we can just chase 120% the whole time. Perfect. I'm not even sure what it averages to in late game these days. It's just so high right now. I think it averages like 12, 13, 14 gems per tribute. Somewhere around there. Phasmophobia game videos? I have no clue what it is. I am not sure. Also, hello, Chad. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. You got an epic vault key a couple days ago? Nice! Oh, you got it when it was an event? Very lucky. I wish I had that luck. Eventually, we will find one. We will go to the depths of Crystara to eventually find one in this game. What do you think are our top 5 mythics right now? Well, it depends on the game mode. Every game mode runs different mythics. Because the best 5 for something like PvP is different from Guild Wars, is different from faction, so on and so forth. Top 3 overall, I'd probably have to say are like as far as crafting order, is Iron Gut, Ferris Ra, and then Wild Queen. And then obviously, if you're basing it off of just sheer strength and not crafting order, Zugoff is one of them for sure. And the 5th one would probably go to, I'm not sure. There's just so many situations where one is good and the other is not as good. But those 4 are pretty high up there. Like, they're probably almost all the mythics you see me using in many situations. Aside from when we bring the other ones out when they're situationally worth it. So what is with this click canceling so quickly? It's doing that a couple times. It doesn't normally do that. Maybe my mouse is finally going. The mouse I'm using right now is, wait, is this the older one or is this the newer one? Hold up. Wait, which one's which? I'm actually not even sure now. Oh, no, never mind. This one's actually somewhat newer. Yeah, it shouldn't be going. Why is it doing that? The other one that I'm using for the other computer is the older one. This one I actually got about a year ago as a replacement for the older one. But I still use the older one for the second computer. The older one's 7 years old, almost 8. This one's showing to be a year old. Shouldn't be acting up. That's weird. It's not doing it now. It was doing like a multi-click thingy earlier. Maybe it just had dust in it. A horror game. I've never actually really played like a proper horror game, ever. Oh, well, this is a wrong level. We were farming Gylvania for something earlier. All the way to 12 you go. Oh, it just did it again. That's so weird. Not sure what's causing that. That is rather strange. It's like doing a multi-click when I'm only clicking once sometimes. I need to look into that. Let's see. Take that over. Oh, I see what it might be. There's like a little hair there. Hold up. Let me fix this real quick. Let's see. Must fix little pointer thing. Let's see. Gosh, the thing is stuck in there. Did I get it? I think I got it. Okay. Let's see if that works. Is my hair getting that long that it can get stuck in there now? Apparently. Apparently. I'll take a purple there. And that gives us everything we need. Alright, hopefully it works now. Shouldn't have any weird hiccups. Wild Queen is insane for Guild Wars and PvP. That is correct. Though having a good PvP troop isn't as important in the current state of the game compared to the past. That is still good there nonetheless. Obviously, it's much better to have her for Guild Wars. However, obviously, you can still use her for PvP by having her. Other than getting 1.9k PvP rating every single week, though, PvP is not really that worth it going beyond that point. Leaderboards rewards are really underwhelming. Plus, it's extremely contested by people who farm a lot. And it just isn't worth going for. Oh, another Rainia. And we did get an Anu earlier, so we're doing pretty decent. We didn't get a Nysha yet today, though. I would say we'd stream until we get a Nysha. However, this might be a 50-hour-long stream. So, no. That would be pretty funny. It's like, we're not going to stop till we get a Nysha. And then we never get a Nysha. Percent chance on Nysha is absurdly low. Especially when you're getting unlucky. I don't know, Wild Queen's pretty consistent, I would say. She can miss, but there's a lot of troops you can use with her to set her up so she doesn't miss. Like, if you just throw her the second you have full mana, she's going to miss often. But if you do a little bit of setup with some other troops, she will normally land. Though any gem spawner in the entire game can miss, technically. But she's pretty consistent if you get board set up for it. For yesterday, we used a, oddly enough, a Templar for setup for her. Because Templar does red to green convert, and then you can normally Wild Queen that near 100% consistency as a follow-up on it. Not to mention it likely feeds her full mana as well. So that was the combo we were going for that. The only battle we lost to was because we got Entangle and then Infinite Looped. If it wasn't for that Entangle, we would have been fine. But we got Infinite Looped. Was the main thing that did us in. Because I don't think we missed a single Wild Queen all of yesterday. Because Templar did set up for it. You don't seem to be able to get a score above 7,000 in Guild Wars. What's your guild thingies upgraded to? If they're not currently upgraded to level 100, you have less than a 50% bonus per troop. So if your guild's a little bit earlier in the game, you're likely getting less points even if you do flawless. Like, even if you did the exact same team and the exact same effectiveness that we did, you would actually gain less points if your guild didn't have the Guardians maxed. Or 200. It doesn't have to be maxed. They max at 200. But you only get bonus for Guild Wars up to 100. So that's probably the case. Even if you're going 5-0 and you're only still getting 7,000, that's probably the case. Even if you're 5-0ing with pure color team. Because if the Guardians are anything less than 100, you'll be getting slightly less points. Also, why did I not take that skull? I think it was because Or just won. Oh yeah, you might not have set unique defense as well. That gives you 2,000 less points. Forgot about that. Like, if every defend team you have is the same one, you're going to only get it for the first day, and then every other day will not give you the points. The new troop next Saturday, I'm not sure exactly how we're obtaining it, to be honest. It might be related to the arena event, who knows? I honestly don't know. It's obviously a Halloween a Halloween troop. How exactly we obtain it, I have not the slightest clue. Maybe just handing it to everyone because it's Halloween. Or, I don't know. I really honestly have not the slightest clue how we're going to obtain it. But yes, it does happen during a Valor event, so who knows? Maybe we get it from the arena event? I'm not sure. I have not the Hey, we got a Nysha! We actually pulled off a Nysha this stream. We got the Nysha. Oh, we got a medal out of it too! Oh, so shiny. So shiny. I almost feel like taking a screenshot out of that. You know how rare it is for us to get a Nysha medal? Look at that. That, I believe, is our 6th Nysha. Nice. What a milestone. But yeah, that's our 6th Nysha now. Now we need another 3 before we can upgrade our troop. Technically another 2, because we could always use 3 Anus. But, for 100% on the first level. But, yep, there we go. Progress. We can almost upgrade our first Mythic. Wonder which one it will be. And by almost, I mean we're not even remotely close because we need at least 2 more Nyshas. At minimum. And that's assuming we use 3 Anus for the other one. Let's start all clumped over here. We'll take this one, of course, since the other ones we deliberately don't do. It really loves giving Darkstone Explorers today, too. This is like our 4th one here. They should be weighted evenly. Ketris is a pretty good troop. I don't use Ketris too often, but it's good for upscaling. Because it can gain, like, any stat to gain more. I normally use it with Yasmin's Pride, but that's not the only way you could run it. There's other options. But he's not the absolute best troop in the game, but he's pretty solid. He's the most effective troop in the game that uses every stat to upscale. Which is both a good thing and a bad thing. The bad part being, if he loses any stats, obviously he loses damage. Because all 4 of his stats are associated to how much damage he does. So he's bad at making a comeback, unlike some Mythics. Because if he falls behind, he stays behind. He doesn't really have a comeback mechanic. That's probably the biggest thing holding Ketris back. Especially in a Guild War kind of sense, because generally when you're running Guild War troops, you definitely want to have a comeback mechanic attached to them. It's very important. Can you not revive? That'd be great. Strogolf taking 20% chasing. Gotta deal with all those 25% revive troops. Oh, also, we got a Nysha. Let's go hand out a code. That's a really good thing to go hand out a code on. One moment, let me go get the code. We'll do it right after this battle. How can we not hand out a code for getting a Nysha medal? That's a big milestone right there. That we've only ever seen 6 times so far. Or at least for me anyways. Some people probably have like 20 of them or something by now. If they really grind Explore 12 a lot. Okay, let's go and hand out code. We're not going to have any better time than after a Nysha medal. So here you guys go. Archer, give me a moment. Put that there, put that there, put that there, put that there. Loading screen taking forever. There we go. Put that there, put that there. Why did that not type in? Thank you, there you go. I guess I didn't click the box. I'm having a lot of clicking issues today. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm just incapable of clicking properly today. Because that's a completely different mouse and I'm having like the same problem. My hand just might be weird today. I'm not sure. But there you guys go. There's a redeem code to use on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says in the bottom left corner is what you put in. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. And give same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. There you guys go. And I give the same reward as always. Or I just said that. But it's only usable on PC mobile version. There you guys go. Main loop being the 1 gem key. And we get a new Mythic in 2 weeks as well. So I might want to save it for that. I forget if it was any good. I don't think it was, but new Mythic, still a new Mythic. Also, speaking of any good, oh, we do have deeds today. Nice, 4 blues. Everything else is pretty trash though, unfortunately. And my offers are still just a single legendary medal. It's tempting. I'm considering it. I am partially considering it, given that we kind of need that for progression in the game. Oh no, we'll see. It's so expensive though. It is so expensive. But we also have so many gems that we have nothing to use them on. However, there's also the probability that they'll add a patch that will consume 1 billion gems at some point. Which is always my biggest concern with using too many gems. Is, for all we know, the following patch could have something that sinks like literal tens of thousands of gems for something that we'd want to do. I'm always hesitant on using gems for that reason. Or at least keeping a surplus of some amount. Normally it's 20,000 is what I try to maintain. But I always do it out of oh gosh, you have stealthy, fail. But I always do that out of paranoia of they're just going to do a patch where the gem cost is exponentially increases for everything. Or you know how many things you would need to use it for. You know, I'm just going to go for the Zugaf kill at this point. Since he's going to revive on us. A potential date for a new Mythic tier list. Oh yeah, I never did end up making one earlier. I need to at some point. It's pretty similar to the previous tier list though. Like almost nothing has moved. But of course it'd be updated with all the newer troops that came in since the previous tier list. The biggest issue is more so compiling all those files and putting it into one of those programs. More so than actually doing it. Like, the video itself is actually pretty fun to do. It's making the tier list itself that is very annoying. Oh, we got an Anu, nice. We're actually doing pretty good on medals today. Because a tier list of something like that's not something that's already made. Also, one thing about tier lists in this game as well is where it's actually usable. Because something can be... Like, it depends how you really want to tier something. Like, for example, Farish Ra is S+ tier for soul farming, but is like C or D tier for actually using on your team. And just there's some kind of weird instances like that with a couple mythics, which is always weird where you would actually put them. Because if you take them all by their highest value, you could do it by that, or you could take it by their average value. Because some have a much better average value, but don't have as good of a high value. Like, for example, Infernus's average value is absurdly good, but he doesn't excel really at anything currently other than like 4 times burn, the best burner in the game. Whereas something like Farish Ra, you would almost never use in your team, but when you're soul farming, he's like the best troop in the entire game while you're soul farming. There's always weird instances like that. And Phoenicia is actually a pretty good example of that too, where she's basically like S++ tier right now, but is also simultaneously like C tier in many instances in the game. This is a really weird combination. Also, hello, Sir Wolf. Welcome. Really? How many more revives does this guy want to get? So we are up against Egg Thief. Egg Thief can literally solo anything if it feels like it. There we go. Oh wait, never mind. We just killed the dragon. It's not over yet. We could actually lose to this Egg Thief. That'd be pretty sad. I'm taking a skull out of safety's sake. Oh gosh, of course he would agile. Why would he not agile? Watch him get another 25% revive. Again. For like the 3rd time in a row. Gosh, he's gonna get another egg and is gonna revive as well. This Egg Thief might actually legitimately kill us. Which would be very sad. But yeah, Egg Thief is very broken. It's actually insanely good at not dying. Especially against things that target a certain enemy, which Zugaf does. Please stop reviving. The amount of meat shield she has is absurd. At least we're almost up to one-shot range on those things. There we go. If she would have agiled that. There we go. No, she's pretty insane on your side, too. She can actually solo entire battles. It's not viable to try to solo a battle with her. But she can solo almost any battle in the game as long as they don't have full AoE or split damage or something similar. Like, if they only have stuff that can single target, she's basically invincible. Not exactly invincible, but pretty close. Hello, Kaki. Welcome. Egg Thief 57. Zugaf 1. Hey, if nothing else, at least we get free EXP towards our hero. We're almost at that level as well. We're almost level 1,595. We're almost at the 1,600 plus. And then it'll take us like another year to go gain another 100 levels again. It seems to be the average for how long it takes us to gain level. It takes about 1 year to gain 100 levels. But how much I normally play. I can vary some, but generally speaking, that's about how long it takes. Oh, yeah, we'll throw Zugaf down. So, hello, Josh. Welcome. Is there something you can use for this team instead of Zugaf? There's no one-to-one replacement for this, unfortunately. You'd have to build into a Mang team. Skull Spam would be the next closest thing to this. But no, there's no one-to-one replacement for Zugaf in this team. This whole team is built specifically around Zugaf. Though there are plenty of teams that you can use for Explore 12. But this variant of a team requires Zugaf. Closest change that you would make is make the hero Mang. And then make the hero Mang and... that's pretty much the only main difference you'd have to do. And put a Skull Spammer there, like Keeper of Souls or something. It's not as effective as this, but it would work. I've got an Arania. At that point, you might even just go Apothecary, too. So you don't have to worry about entangles and stuff. I don't advise using High King Iron Gut. I actually did that initially when I first, when Delves first, or not Delves, but Explorer first came out. It is actually somewhat slow doing Iron Gut. I tested it for a little while, way back when it first came out. And while I did initially do it, it is actually slower than most other options. It's not horrible though, but It's not advised unless it's one of the only few options you have. Not only do you have to waste a slot for Curse so that you can actually devour all 4 of them, but you also have some that have immune. There are 6 troops in the game that can appear. Those Doom troops that all have immune to Curse as well as immune to your Devour. Which Dukov has to deal with too, but at least he still gets skulls. And yeah, just overall a bit too slow. He averages like, I think 50 seconds per battle, somewhere around there. You almost get better speed from using our Skia Shield into Rowan. Our Skia Shield to Rowan, I think is... I'm not actually sure. I never actually tested it up against that team. It's either slightly quicker or slightly slower than our Skia Shield to Rowan, which is the cheapest possible viable Explore 12 team in the game. Because it doesn't use any high rarity troops, and almost all of it you obtain for free at 100% rate. These are Skia Shields from 250 wins on Sentinel Hero class. The Rowan is free from Forest of Thorns questline, which you get pretty early. And then the only other component you need is a fully traded Leprechaun for the most part. And ideally a fully maxed out Mirage Queen. However, that's not really required. But it's definitely helpful. Gosh, only 500 souls from that gnome. We only got a few gnomes this stream because obviously it's not a vault event. But the gnomes we've gotten have been absolutely horrible for loot. Like, I understand we probably won't get a vault key, but even just their base loot's been pretty bad, of the ones we've specifically been getting. And no glory gnomes. What metals do I use for that team? Which one? The one I'm currently using? I'm using 20% into 2 seasons. 20% is because that's the only way to give Zugaf mana. And obviously you want him to get mana as quickly as possible. And the 2 seasons is for 8 additional attack. You would actually run 2 Aranias if they ever buffed Arania to have higher attack than Seasons. But as it currently stands, Arania is dead content because it gives 4 attack and Season gives 4 attack plus extra stuff. Hopefully they make Arania at least 6 attack. They'd have to make it 6 attack for it to be viable. Who knows, maybe they'll even make it 8 attack. Highly doubt it though, but it needs to be at least 6 for it to be viable. When they will make that change, if they'll ever make that change, who knows, but as it currently stands, Seasons is better. But if they ever buffed Arania, it would be better to go Arania. Because if they ever buffed it, they buff it to at least 6, and that'd be 12 additional attack instead of 8. Which is obviously better. Not much better, but better. Unless you were already killing consistently every single time, in which case you might just go for the other extra durability off of Seasons. So there are still instances where Seasons could still be better, oddly enough. Because obviously if you're still one-shotting like we are right now without the extra attack, there's no point in having extra attack. The extra durability is actually better then. Now we're about to gain a level. And by that I mean we're going to pretend like we're going to get a level every single time. And then it will be like 30 battles and then we finally get a level. Because for whatever reason, it likes to taunt you with the fact that it's like about to gain a level and it never does. Let's see, we'll throw this down. But yeah, before the end of this year, I think we might have a tier list month. And we'll try doing that for November. Or something. Or December. Because I just want to go on like a gigantic tier list streak. And make a tier list for like everything in the game. Before the end of this year. That'd be a lot of fun. For everything Gems of War. Just tier list after tier list after tier list. Though the only problem with doing that is I might over tier list people. And people might get tired of watching tier lists. But they're pretty useful. Like a tier list for every rarity in the game. Though that'd be hard for the lower rarities. Just because, not because they'd be hard to place, but the amount of files you would have to use for that. Given that we'd have to go through almost like 1,000. I did say I wanted to do that before we reach 1,000 troops, but I wanted it to be a little bit closer to 1,000. So I'm not sure we'll do every rarity. Obviously, Mythic's the most important one to do. Yeah, and then I can make a tier list. Go super meta. How useful our tier list is in a tier list order. What do you mean global 100 troops? Like the best 100 troops in the game? Made into a tier list? But how exactly would that work? Because everything would be like S tier. That'd be kind of weird for a tier list. Because it wouldn't really be a tier list. Because if you did it that way, everything would be in like S+, S tier, and maybe A, because I'm not sure if we have that high tier troops in the game. But, like literally everything would be the top 3 categories. Which wouldn't be much of a tier list. It'd be more of a list than a tier list. Because they'd all be pretty much the same tier if you're doing the 100 best things in the entire game. The only way I could think of doing it is maybe tiering them based on how easy they are to obtain. So that'd be kind of weird seeing Zugaf in F tier. That would be kind of funny. Imagine a tier list that can actually put Zugaf in F tier. That would be one. If you do it based on how easy they are to obtain. Zugaf would be all the way in dead last on that tier list. Like if you made a tier list of the 100 best things in the game, but you listed it based on how easy they are to actually obtain. Rowan would be like S++++. Because she's like super easy and so ridiculously strong. Yes, this game is always constantly changing. In the last 1.5 years, we've gotten a lot more things to do within the game, as far as on a weekly, like scheduled like basis. They also added deeds and tokens are probably the 2 biggest things. One of which we're farming right now, the whole token system. Tokens are one of the main progressions in late game now, and they are used to give ever so slightly more stats to some troops once you've completely maxed them out. They're basically post-level 20 leveling, essentially. They basically increase the level of troops without actually increasing the level of troops, essentially. But it's just a way to kind of give troops a little bit more stats. You can also use them for global bonuses that apply to every team that you use. That just gives you a small amount of stats that you can switch between. Though that caps out pretty quickly. After you grind it for like several dozen hours, you'd probably reach the max capacity for that. Once you reach 3 niches anyways, the hardest to obtain metal. But that's most of the changes. There's several others, but I don't know. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask. Worst trips to metal? Like, stuff like that seems like more like lists than a tier list. Like, generally, like, that's something that you can easily just, like, explain without actually even needing a list. Like, the main things you want to avoid, the main things that you would ever want to avoid, what's it called? Meddling are things that are just completely useless that you would never actually use that don't get summoned by anything. So, some troops that are actually completely useless, you still upgrade. And the reason for this is because they are still used for, summons. So whenever something is really popular, like, I'm trying to think of a summon that's pretty popular that can get a lot. Like dragons, for example. Egg Thief is a pretty decent troop, as we've already gone over this stream. But Egg Thief is pretty decent. And essentially, with Egg Thief, you get Baby Dragon, or Dragon Egg, and that can go to Baby Dragon, and that can summon a random dragon. So, for example, having both of those two troops upgraded, and then every single dragon in the game, then ends up getting value, because having theoretically every single dragon upgraded would be beneficial for whenever you use Egg Thief. So there's situations like that where even completely useless troops are worth meddling. The only ones that aren't are ones that don't really have any way to get summoned in, or are summoned in by something that's completely not meta. So basically just like useless tier troops that don't get summoned in by anything. But even useless tier troops that do get summoned in through something are worth upgrading. So every single dragon in the game, even if it's 100% useless, is theoretically worth upgrading due to the fact that Egg Thief exists, as well as this Dragon Egg. So you'd never actually use Dragon Eggs generally. It'd be because of Egg Thief, specifically. Or Dragon Soul, possibly doing a baby dragon and then that becoming a random dragon in the game. Tesla is the worst troop to meddle? No, that is not the case. The amount of flexing you can do by meddling your Tesla is very high. Imagine meddling the most useless troop in the entire game. How much flex that is to show how much resources you have. That is extremely meta. The amount of flex you get for upgrading Tesla is too high to not meddle. Like, imagine if you wanted to show off a team. What you would put onto your team if you wanted to show off the most is like Enraged Karandera, Zugoth, a fully metal Tesla, and like one other thing. Like that takes like ultimate flex right there. But yes, Tesla is theoretically the worst troop in the entire game to metal. However, I am not surprised if some people did it just to have a shiny Tesla. Because theoretically, you could do it for the cosmetic, a little gold little circle thing that you get. Like this thing that you have. I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't. But you can keep in mind that you can do it literally for cosmetic reasons. Just to have the little metal thingy on the side of your card. It doesn't do anything else currently. I wish it was a little bit more flashy. Shiny cards, when they first started the game, was actually flashier than what they currently have. But I guess they don't want it to be too in your face. Gargantar being meddled isn't horrifically bad. Like, he gets better by being meddled. He's already so horrifically bad, though. But, he actually does become slightly ever so less worse by being meddled. Not by much, but, I don't know, that wouldn't be the worst meddlage in the game. There are some weird teams that can make Gargantar work, by the way. It's not like it's Fallen Valdis, where there's like literally nothing. At least Gargantar, if you really wanted to go out of your way and build like a really ultra weird team, you can make him work. You can actually get him to enough damage that he one-shots everything. Is that viable to do? No. Not even remotely close. But is it possible to do? Yes. It used to be even more possible, but they fixed a glitch that it had. Or not a glitch, but it Transform used to count as a kill whenever you could do it to the enemy, and you could kind of stack kills that way. You can't do that anymore. There's two mythics worse than Gargantar, though. Gargantar's not the worst mythic in the game. I used to say that, but that was before other mythics came in. Fallen Valdis and Shade of Zorn are the two worst mythics in the game, and Gargantar's third. I'd probably have to place it in order of Shade of Zorn as the absolute worst, then Fallen Valdis as second worst, and Gargantar as third worst. However, he's no longer the worst mythic in the game. He hasn't been for a while now. It's been over a year. Actually, more like a year and a half. I'll throw it down. It was worse than the Groshnak Mythic. The other Groshnak Mythic, pretty much. I'm not sure why they hate that kingdom so much. But, they've managed to put, like, the two worst mythics in the entire game in the same kingdom. At least they kept thematically. They kept it thematically consistent. Putting the two worst in the exact same location. Why? Who knows? But they did. They just really hate that kingdom for whatever reason. They even did a rework at one point that made some of the troops there worse. Oh, I thought we already won. Whoops. Oh, we don't even have the other thing. Whoops. Double whoops. The multi-whoops. Oh, and then we got Glacial Peaks. What's in our mail right now? Oh yeah, that's the level up thing. We gained a level earlier, of course. There we go. Yeah, we did pretty good on medals today. I'm actually rather surprised. Yep, Isabel's still a mod. Also, a lot of people think she's a bot because she keeps spamming our Discord. Which is always funny. The amount of people that think Isabel's a bot is very high. Or at least at some point thought she was a bot. Is very high. I'll put that down. You're totally a bot, beep boop. Sounds about right. She's a bot that has learned human emotion. They're advancing very quickly. What's my team for raids? I just ran Black Manacle into Double Thrall into the raid troop. It went super quick. Oh, the raid troop goes in front of the Thralls, though. I guess it doesn't really matter too much where it goes. It's not actually mana blocked. But yeah, we ran Black Manacle as Archmages, so you might want to do a tankier hero class if you're going later or deeper than tier 3. But we ran Black Manacle, the raid troop, and then 2 Thralls. Set as Archmages with a bunch of additional purple banner. +2 purple, +1 brown. -1 blue, I think it is. Whatever banner that's called. I have not the slightest clue what his name is. But I know the banner exists. They look human and they have a plan. I never did pin my team this stream. I think it's kind of late since we're probably going to be ending out the stream soon. Also, pin when I did it earlier at the end of the stream didn't actually pin correctly. Or at all. Which is kind of weird. It used to. I think it still does. YouTube just keeps changing their back end. We got 2 Nysha this stream! Oh! We're doing good! Wow, our token rate's absurdly good today. We've gotten like 2 or 3 Anus. We got 2 Nyshas. Actually, we almost have more Nysha than Anu right now. I'm pretty sure we only got 2 Anus. How many Anus did we get? Did we only get 1 Anu to the stream? I know we got a lot of Rainias. But yeah, we got 2 Nyshas. Nice. We're getting basically 1 Nysha per hour. Too bad that's not the default rate of them. But we have 6 whole medals now. The previous one gave us a full medal. So now we have 6 medals in a single token. Where we're currently at. Oh, yeah, I'm taking everyone's Nysha, sorry. We had so much bad luck with the Vault event. At least we can get our Nyshas now. Gotta get something of value. Though theoretically, a Nysha medal, or enough Nysha medals, could theoretically be worth more than the Epic Vault key. At least as far as progression is concerned. Because the only thing an Epic Vault key that can give that would be really high progression would be like major blues and minor blues. If it gave almost anything else, at least in an endgame perspective, it's not really as much progression. I'll go for that. Get our... what do we want here? We'll take that for now. Grab a purple over there. Destroy with you, and then Zoog off it down. Oh no, it's not frozen. Oh no! Got to use all the skulls because it wasn't frozen. Gonna have to go for full mana again, I think. Be easier than trying to skull it down. Though at this point, it might just default skull it down. There we go. Yeah, getting 3 Nyshas takes forever. We literally just hit our 6-1 this stream. Yes, the weapon is new. I would always advise going to tier 3, even if there wasn't a weapon there. If every person in your guild does tier 3, you guys can get the entire event done, just by doing tier 3 off of everyone. But yes, we got the weapon. It is a new weapon. I mean, even if it wasn't, if you don't own it, might as well go for it. But it is a new weapon. It just came out today. Somewhat Halloween themed, even though it's not technically a Halloween weapon, since it's somewhat spooky. But, yeah, it's a new weapon. It's a pretty useless weapon, but I would still advise getting it because you should be doing tier 3 anyways for this event. And you get a free weapon with it this time. So you get all the normal rewards from the event and a free weapon on top. That's one thing I've always been rather surprised about with this game. This game has consistently been doing new content every week for 4 years now. I think they've been on the 1 week cycle. They didn't always, but they eventually changed to it and then forever kept it. I am really surprised how consistent they are at actually doing it. Like, they do have hiccups here and there, but the fact that they've managed to do new content every single week for forever, even if it's completely dead content, is still rather surprising. Like, they never had a week where they were like, oh, sorry, we, like, didn't make enough assets. We don't have anything this week. But they've been consistently doing it for, like, 4 years now. I find that rather surprising. That does take a decent amount of coordination, though they do a lot of it ahead of time. But still, it's pretty impressive. It's probably one of the best things that this game has going for it as well, is the fact that it constantly has like a flowing system going through it. And even if it's dead content most weeks, it's gosh! What? No! 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 Why? Well, not no, but what am I looking at right now? This is our first double Nysha. Should we just keep streaming till we get our triple Nysha? What is this luck? We got 4 Nyshas this stream and our first ever double. It's technically possible to get a triple. However, the amount of luck you would need to get a triple is absurd. Like, the actual % chance of getting a triple is like, I don't even know the decimal. We did the math during one stream. It's absurdly low decimal. But we just got our first ever double. Did I screenshot it? Let me make sure I screenshotted it. There we go. What even is our luck today? Well, we got another badge. That's 4 Nyshas in one stream. That's the most Nyshas we've ever gotten in a stream. And we did it in under 2 hours. Our luck is just absurd. Now, could we have this up for luck for an Epic Vault event? That'd be great. But, wow. That is absurd. What's next? Triple Nysha? There's nowhere we're going to pull off a triple Nysha. I'm not even sure if triple Nysha has ever been pulled off with a non-Photoshop screenshot. Double has, obviously. We literally just have, but it has been before many times. But triple is quite a bit harder than double, because not only do you have to roll 3 medals instead of 2, but a third has to be a Nysha, whereas that time we got it as a guard. Yeah, sorry everyone, I'm stealing all the Nyshas today. We're making up for last weekend not getting any epic bulkies. If we somehow get triple Nysha, I will literally give out every code I have remaining right now, which I think is like 10. Just because I know for sure it's not going to happen. So I can say something like that. But yes, if we somehow get triple Nysha, I will hand out literally every last code we have currently. Which is about a dozen, I think, or so. Somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit less. Because there's literally no way it's going to happen. I know for sure. Like, it's basically 0% chance. Like, I think there is literally a higher chance of winning the lottery than getting a triple Nysha. It is that rare. Like, you can go get a lottery ticket right now, and you have a better chance of winning that than getting a triple Nysha. Actually, it might not be that low of a chance, but it's pretty low. It depends which lottery you're playing. It's still possible. Technically, yes, though also realistically, no. But yeah, this is the most Nyshas we've ever gotten. I wonder if we should put that in the title. I'll say it. Highest Nysha streak yet. Let's see. Is there even enough characters to do it? There might be. There we go. But yeah, I don't think we've ever gotten more than 4 in a single stream. I think 2 was the previous highest. 2 or 3. Never 4. I know for sure we've never hit 4. And we've also never hit a double before. While people have done it before, I have yet to do it, and that was their first one we ever doubled. Be basically a half a Nysha medal in a single stream. It's pretty absurd. And in only 2 hours as well, which is even more impressive. Like, we could do a 10-hour stream and get 0 Nyshas. What? Why? What is this? Is it even possible for us not to get a Nysha? This is absurd. We're at 5 Nyshas. We're gonna set like the Nysha world record. We're at this rate, we're literally gonna have a Nysha medal full and complete within like 3 hours. I almost don't want to stop. But yeah, that's 5 Nyshas in under 2 hours. That might just be the world record period for that. But this is absurd. Well, so all that time was even grinding. Like only an hour and a half of that was actually grinding. Because the first half an hour was, of course, doing the raid event. Kafka's gonna need to make more codes. We're not gonna get a triple Nysha. Like, if you try doing the math and see what number it is, you'll see why we're not gonna get a triple Nysha. I forget what the math is. We did it at some point. And I definitely can't do it on stream right now because it'd be too hard to calculate that out. But it is very, very, very small decimal chance. It has many zeros in that decimal. Let's see, we'll go for that. Take a prop over. Let's see. I'm gonna change the title. We don't need to put Explore 12 in that. It's pretty obvious we're doing Explore 12. There we go. So we're at 5 Nysha. That is absurd. This will probably go down as our highest Nysha count in such a short duration because we're basically 5 within an hour and a half. What do we even take here? Throw that down. And final skull will kill that out. Where's our Nysha at? I know, no epic Volky, but we can get 5 Nyshas within an hour and a half. Go figure. I think our luck was just a week delayed. We were accumulating so much bad luck that it just inverted on itself. Triple Nysha, go. Nope. Rainia though. Not bad. Still an okay chest. It's not a Nysha chest though. Oh, that's not the right difficulty. Whoops. That's not the explore difficulty we want. Haha. No. I highly doubt we're gonna get a triple Nysha at any point ever. The fact we even got a double was pretty absurd. It's not as absurd as getting a triple, but still pretty rare. The chance he gets it is too low. It should be buffed. But yeah, I highly doubt we're going to beat that streak, though. 5 Nyshas within an hour and a half of grinding. I'm not sure if that's ever been beaten before. The amount of luck that that even takes is pretty high. 5 within an hour and a half. We could go for 10 hours and get 0. Also, it's really funny. I was saying earlier that we didn't get as many Anus, or might not get as many Anus. Well, we're definitely at that point now. We've gotten less Anus this stream than we have Nyshas. Actually, we almost gotten less Arainias this stream than we got Nyshas. Because I think we're at like about 5 Arainias as well. The stream doesn't end until you reach 10 total. Well, that stream could take literally an entire week. Because while we are getting really lucky right now, the fact that it would persist is extremely unlikely to occur. Because it can take anywhere from like 5 to like 50 hours to get a single Nysha. Of course, you can get way luckier than that, but that's not the normal. Though, if we get another double Nysha, I will hand out another code. Not every code, but another code. One singular code. If we get a double Nysha, not a triple. Because realistically, we're not getting a triple. Ever. It's statistically improbable. So move that. Get that over. No, we should probably go buy a lottery ticket the second we do get one, though. I actually haven't ever played the lottery yet. Okay, what's in our chests? Nope. Normal stuff. Boo. Giving us a normal chest on our Nysha streak. Let's see. Let's go for this guy over here. Three Nysha in a row code. Did we actually have 3 Nyshas in a row in chests? I don't think we did. Well, I was saying earlier it was 3 Nyshas in the same chest, not back to back to back. Back to back to back is actually a lot more likely to occur than a 3 in a single one. It's actually not anywhere near as rare. Oh gosh, he's going to do a summon. Oh, no, no, he won't. Aha! Oh, he missed the follow-up though. Come on, full mana, where are you? There you go. Wait, how are you still not full mana? Watch it actually get a one-shot. No, good, it doesn't have enough damage. That would have been very bad if it did. Luckily it didn't. But I think this might be the final chest we take for now. We'll continue our luck streak tonight. But I think this will be the last chest for this stream. I'm just getting a little lightheaded from not having food. Also, that might have been from sleeping weirdly last night, too. My sleep schedule was really weird last night. Like, I slept for a decent amount of time, but it was, like, split between, like, sleeping, then not sleeping, then sleeping, then not sleeping, and then sleeping and not sleeping. Like, you know when you go to bed, and then you, like, wake up in the middle of the night, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of awake now, but kind of tired, and, you know, like, that weird, like, in-between. That's basically what ended up happening. And then you like wake up, fall back to sleep, wake up, fall back to sleep. It's really annoying. Head in the cloud from all the Nyshas. I still can't believe we got 5 Nyshas in an hour and a half. That might actually literally be the record of most Nyshas obtained in a short duration of time. Though I'm pretty sure someone at some point got a little luckier. Actually, wait, will this one give a chest? I want to get one more chest. Never mind, we're going to do 2 more explorers. We're going to do 1 explorer after this. I want to get 1 more chest to end it with. And if it's a double Nysha, we'll hand out a code. If it's triple Nysha, we'll see what happens. I highly doubt that's happening, though. And if it's a single Nysha... You know what? Even if it's a single Nysha, we'll hand out a code. How about that? We'll hand out a second code, even if it's only 1 Nysha. How about this? The number of Nyshas in the next chest is how many codes we hand out. How about that? Right at the end. Though do keep in mind, it is very likely we hit 0. But the number of Nyshas in the next chest is how many codes we hand out. Oh, wait, never mind. We did reach the chest. Okay, this is the final chest. Okay, final chest time. Final chest time. Place your bets. How many niches are we going to get? Or are we going to get any niches at all? Will we finally break our streak? Is this the one? Are you the chosen one? We didn't find a chosen one during the epic Volkey grind. But maybe we will find it during the Nysha grinds. Though we technically already found it. Double Nysha chest is pretty much a chosen one. Alright, place your bets now. Statistically, 0 would be the most highest chance you would have of getting it correct. However, that doesn't mean it will be correct. Let's see. Oh, no. We got trash. No. Our luck. It hurts. Oh, we got trash at the end. But yeah, we got 5 niches in an hour and a half. That will stay for a while. And we got our first ever double. I almost feel like posting that screenshot somewhere. Maybe on my social media. I haven't posted it on my social media on my other account for like ages. But anyways, guys, any other questions before I wrap up for now? We will be continuing some grind in about 6 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing all of our normal stuff. Doing, probably finishing up the World Lore event if it isn't already. Doing dailies and going back on that Nysha grind. Hopefully we'll get more, we'll see. And obviously we'll have another code tonight, regardless of if we get niches or not. And maybe we'll have some extra if we do get some niches again. But, yeah, I still can't believe the luck we just got right now. Keep in mind, that's way better than the luck you would normally get. Like, the average Nysha probably takes 10 to 20 hours, on approximately. The exact amount of time, I'm not sure exactly, but approximately that long. So do be wary of that. Getting 5 that short a duration is exceedingly unlikely if you are farming for them. They take way longer than that. But you do eventually need 27 of them. 27 of those little tokens make 3 full medals. And 3 full medals allows you to set 12 magic, which is very rarely used. However, there are some teams that use it, particularly Phoenicia. But there are things other than Phoenicia that do utilize 12 magic. And even if you don't have them all, using 20% into 8 magic is still pretty good for quite a few teams. But there are some that do specifically use 3 full Nyshas. Mostly Phoenicia, Truffle Team, and pretty much any instance where you already have a half mana start for your casting troop. Or the instances that you end up using that instead. But yeah, it is a good idea to eventually go on that grind. It takes forever, though. You don't even have 1 Nysha medal, I know. It takes forever. It takes a very, very long time. Like, you can grind Explore for 100 hours. And depending on your luck, you might still not have all the Nyshas you need. It's actually very likely you wouldn't even have all the Nyshas you would need in that time. Like, it could take a very, very long amount of time. And it comes basically down to luck, unfortunately. But anyways, guys, I'm going to catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll be continuing our grind tonight, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we stream every single night. That's 6 hours from now if you're watching right now. I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and yeah, we'll have our stream tonight. We'll probably play Pikmin 3 demo tomorrow since the game's not out. And then next Friday we'll have the arena event for Gems of War, as well as Pikmin 3 will be released. So we'll play through the entire game. I mean, not the entire game in a stream. I highly doubt it can be played in one session. Well, theoretically, you could speedrun it in that time, but, you know, playing it casually, I don't think you can get it done within one session. But anyways, guys, catch you